Leading Ladies, an African podcast on historical women leaders. The assumption in our past has been women were not leaders in human and animal eco-justice. In reality, some women excelled in specialized areas of wildlife conservation and communication. Meet Thandiwe Mweetwa, the conservation communicator. Thandiwe Mweetwa was one of 4 children born to David Mweetwa, a telecommunication officer, and Julia Mbewe, a secondary school teacher. She was born on April 30th, 1988 in Monze, southern province of Zambia. From the time she was a tiny child, Thandiwe listened to her mother telling her stories about her own childhood growing up next to South Luangwa National Park. Thandiwe heard and memorized these captivating stories about the prolific wildlife and plant life around her mother's village. Her mother's stories left a deep impression on Thandiwe and set up her deep fascination for the natural world. In 1994, Thandiwe began her education at Mazabuka Basic School in Mazabuka. By the time Thandiwe was 12 years old, both her mother and father had passed away. So her family moved to Mfuwe to live with her uncle, her mother's brother. In 2001, Thandiwe enrolled at Yosefe Basic School for her grade 8, where she completed her grade 9 in 2002. Now living in her mother's childhood village near South Luangwa National Park, Thandiwe saw real wild animals such as monkeys, elephants, and small antelope for the first time. Her uncle was a safari guide, and he told her captivating stories about animal characters and types of animals he met while at work. In 2003, Thandiwe transferred to Mambwe High School for grade 10, then moved to St. Monica's Girls Secondary School for grades 11 and 12. While in school, she became a member of the Jets Club and Conservation Club. She also participated in quiz and debate teams. Thandiwe received a number of Best Student Awards for both academic and extracurricular activities. It was through the School Conservation Club that she met Anna Tolan, the lady who ran the School Conservation Club activities. Through the Conservation Club, Thandiwe learned many interesting facts about wildlife and nature and the extent of environmental issues affecting South Luangwa. It was her experience in the Conservation Club that finally inspired her to join the conservation field and want to protect wildlife. Anna Tolan became her longtime teacher and mentor. In 2005, Thandiwe graduated from St. Monica's Girls Secondary School with 8 first-class distinctions. The following year, Thandiwe was awarded a scholarship by the Pestalozzi International Village Trust to attend Hastings College of Arts and Technology in Hastings, United Kingdom. She completed her International Baccalaureate Diploma in A-levels in 2008. In the same year, Thandiwe was awarded a full scholarship by the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, Canada, where she obtained a bachelor's degree in applied animal biology in 2012. From her high school days and throughout university, Thandiwe volunteered at different organizations and agencies to learn more about nature and sharpen her skills. Thandiwe returned home and joined the Zambian Carnival program as a volunteer field assistant. Thandiwe had always enjoyed hearing stories about lions from her mother and loved watching them in wildlife documentaries. But on her first day of work, she experienced real-life power of 3 male lions roaring just meters from the car she was in. From then on, her passion for studying and working with lions and other carnivores began to blossom. In 2014, Thandiwe enrolled at the University of Arizona in Tucson, USA. In the same year, she became the recipient of the Russell E. Train Education for Nature Fellowship, WWF USA. 2 years later, in 2016, she obtained her Master's in Science in Natural Resources Conservation. That same year, Thandiwe started the Women in Wildlife Conservation Training Program and was recognized as the National Geographic Society's Emerging Explorer and also received the Departmental Award of Public Service and Outreach from the School of Natural Resources and the Environment at the University of Arizona. In 2018, Thandiwe attended and became a Zambia Fellow of the Obama Foundation Leaders Africa Program. In the same year, she received the Wings World Quest Women of Discovery Award for conservation and the Next Einstein Foreign Zambia Award for contribution to wildlife conservation. 3 years later, in 2021, Thandiwe was recognized by Current Conservation magazine as a part of the rising generation of new African conservation leaders. Following in her mother's storytelling steps, Thandiwe has excelled as a communicator, science writer, and storyteller committed to sharing the wonder of the natural world. She communicates conservation issues affecting our planet to both local and international audiences, promoting awareness about environmental and natural resource management, community engagement, human-wildlife conflict mitigation, and youth skills development. Today, Thandiwe is interested in large carnivore research, how to balance conservation goals with human development needs as ecosystems and communities change. She's working at expanding educational programs aimed at empowering young people, while at the same time, she's focused on addressing the emerging human-lion conflict and building local capacity for wildlife management. Women are providing leadership in the field of human-wildlife eco-justice.